It is probably the first time that DJI has serious competition in consumer drones, and this is certainly good news for users. From what I've seen in my analysis of the Autel Nano Plus, this model might seriously outclass not only the Mini 2, but even models much further up the line in terms of footage quality. I will post a link to my video about footage with the Nano Plus at the end of this one, and in the comment below. In this video I will put the two sub 250 gram drones face to face for an epic clash in terms of video quality. And at the end I will show the mind-blowing capabilities of the Nano Plus in night footage. I will not go deep into the feature of each model or their in-flight performance. I will do a specific video about it. In this one I will concentrate on the quality of the footage in all different conditions. But first let's very quick have a look at the main specs for a video. I would have preferred to compare the Mini 2 to the basic Nano model, which is closer in price and specs, but Autel has been a bit slow with the shipments and it's still very hard to put a hand on this model, so I will go with the Nano Plus instead. The price of the Nano Plus is around €800, almost double the 470 for the Mini 2. The big difference in price is in part justified by extra features like obstacle avoidance, but we should also expect better results in terms of footage and photo quality. The Nano Plus has a 0.78-inch sensor with a fixed aperture or f1.9. It is able to shoot 4K video at a frame rate of up to 30 frames per second and at a maximum bitrate of 100 Mbps. The sensor has an RYYB color filter array design, which is supposed to increase low light and high dynamic range performance. The Mini 2 has a 0.43-inch sensor with a fixed aperture of f2.8 and can shoot 4K video with the same frame rate and bitrate as the Nano Plus. Let's start with some top-down images, taking the sky out of the equation so that we can concentrate on detail and color rendition. Here we have a combination of trees, foliage and architectural features. The Mini 2 does a very good job to render both of them with good detail. But I find that the Nano Plus is on a higher level with incredible detail and outstanding colors. In this zoomed-in image we can better appreciate the difference. Here we have a similar scene, but this time the shadows are much darker. The Nano Plus renders the shadows to perfection, and the detail in the tree is astonishing. While the Mini 2 does a good job with the buildings, any detail in the dark vegetation is lost. The Nano Plus is in a totally different league. I also much prefer the lively colors of the Nano. The ones of the Mini 2 are a bit subdued. Both models have a tiny bit of moiré in the roof of some houses, but not too bad. This time some footage shot in easy light condition, by tilting the camera up so that the sky is on the frame, together with elements on the ground. Both drones perform really well here, although the Nano has more detail in the dark trees and the sky has a slightly better structure, but it is a close call. The Mini 2 does really well here. The Nano has also a mode called Defog that works both for video and photo. It is particularly useful in hazy situations or to add structure to the sky. It can be set at 3 different strength levels. Here I have used the strong one to better show the difference. I find this defog option very useful in certain situations. In the next clips, the gap becomes wider. The colors and the structure of the sky with a Nano Plus are sensational, much closer to a full-frame traditional camera than to a drone. The Mini 2 here struggles to render detail, colors and structure. For an entry-model consumer drone, the result is not bad, but the comparison with the Nano Plus is frankly a bit embarrassing. For this drone, everything seems to be a walk in the park. The difference in dynamic range is shocking. The Nano is able to maintain a sensational structure of the sky and at the same time perfect detail and luminosity in the shadows. The files of the Nano respond incredibly well to post-processing. It is possible to apply any torture in color grading without any artifacts. The files are so solid that give the impression of a 10-bit color space, although I've looked everywhere to find out and I'm not sure if we are dealing with 8 or 10 bits. I would be very interested to know in the comment below what you think about the footage shot with these two birds. Here things get harder, as it is very cloudy now and we cannot see mighty Mount Etna. The Nano holds its ground and gives us a decent rendition, while the Mini 2 falls apart. The elements in the ground are extremely mushy, just a dark blob without any detail. The structure of the sky has totally gone. In the last few days we have had constantly very cloudy days, so I could not go against the full sun as I generally do. But shooting against the direction of the sun is always a tough test, even if the sun is behind clouds. The Nano Plus is always perfectly at ease in any condition, even against the full sun. I'm starting to think that the only model of the Mavic line that can compete is the Mavic 3. That would be a great comparison. The Mini 2 really struggles here. No structure in the sky, washed out colors and nothing in the shadows. I hate to say it, but it is a bit like watching a movie from the 60s on a big 4K screen. Let's move to night footage. It really is pitch dark, and I prefer to start with the Mini 2, as what we will see with the Nano Plus is something like black magic. With the Mini 2 I had to push the ISO to the maximum value, 3200. There is some noise, but not as much as I was expecting with such a high ISO value. The luminosity is extremely low, and when trying to raise the exposure in post-production, there is nothing in the shadows. I frankly would not use the Mini 2 after sunset. With the Nano Plus we enter into uncharted territory for night footage. I know that most of you will not believe me, but the light conditions were absolutely the same as for the footage shot with the Mini 2. Probably due to the combination of the RYY B-color filter with the large f1.9 aperture of the sensor, in low light conditions the Nano Plus destroys any other drone I ever tried. And it is also better than several full-frame cameras. Luminosity, detail, color rendition and lack of noise are beyond belief. Under pitch dark conditions, the footage is almost the same as during the day. Overall, I realized that this head-to-head is simply unfair. The Nano Plus might cost almost double the price of the Mini 2. But in terms of video quality, it's like comparing a Mercedes to a Fiat. Click on this link to watch my video review about the astonished footage quality of the Nano Plus. And don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video interesting. Thank you.